and screams it's a plot to drop the IQ. Fighting amongst each other over rumors that don't like you. Prefer us trapped in melancholy with the wood ones of holly. Suggestions that obliterate to camouflage the folly. Attempted mental robbery, executed sloppily. The pompous see this mockery and walk the talk with me. Put the hands up to touch the Akasha, cause you know deep down there's something bigger than your wallet.
Sweet eternal balance of all that is good, true, and beautiful, friends. Welcome to your sudden full moon meditation. We are going to get still. We're going to go within. We're going to give ourselves a gift of tapping into that depth that is inside of us. Believe it or not, whatever you believe is going on in this wild and wacky place, you were given that ability. You're endowed with the ability to go within, to get still, to get in touch with your inner divinity, to get in touch with the gift that God's gave you, or whatever you believe, source gave you, love gave you, creation designed within you. And in that, you get to give yourself so much. Science proves that your brain waves come to a more balanced and relaxed state. It proves that your heart rate becomes more appropriate for you. For most of us, that means it goes down. For some of us, we might need it to go up a little bit. Your breathing becomes more calm and centered. Your blood pressure goes, again, for most of us, down. We become less stressed, more relaxed. We give ourselves all these gifts just by meditating. We also know that when we meditate and you might say a prayerful way, prayers of intercession, perhaps is one way you can think about it, or just sending the good love to someone, right? We can actually heal people. We can actually bring that energy to them and they can find relief from their suffering. And we do that as well. I used to run a group called Intention Meditations. It's still on Facebook. I just don't do it anymore because I honestly don't have a lot of time to be running like 2 meditations a week but although it's very cool. It's very cool to do it. There's a lot of people who would submit their suffering, their woes, the things that they're trying to overcome. And I said it then, I'll say it again today. We had 100% success rate except for one ornery, sad sack of shit who didn't actually want the healing, just said they did, and so that they could say that it didn't work. And I've submitted to you all before, and I will again. And again, another thing that we can prove with the scientific method, that if you go into it expecting to fail, you're fucking gonna fail. If you go into it knowing that it's bad, it's gonna feel bad to you. If you go into it and you've already decided what happens, that's what's gonna happen. So I suggest to anyone that you go into meditation knowing for sure you are going to get in deeper contact with whatever that thing is that you love, the creator, God, Jesus, your inner divinity, your inner Buddha nature, whatever you call it, love, prana, chi, all the goodness, that you're going to do that. That you're going to find it, you're going to contact it, you're going to sit in its luxuriant, beautiful warmth that you've had access to since before you were born, and you have access to still today. That you can do that, and that you will do that, that you'll bring yourself gifts from it, that you can even manifest again. You can think of that as like a prayer. People do it all the time. Oh God, will you please blank? And then we just do it in a slightly different way. Sometimes when we go, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And what I always say and I always suggest is I'm going to have this or better. I'm going to create this or better in my life so I can help more people, so I can be more healthy and well, so I can spread more love. I'm going to do this or better. And I also always add the caveat, or whatever is best, that my soul knows best, that my angels know best, that God knows best, and that I'll take that instead anytime. So we can do all of that. And this meditation is just one ability to do all those things. All those gifts come with it. So I like to be able to do this sometimes. I really just do it now when I'm guided to, and I was guided to today. And the reason is it is a full moon. For me, it was this morning at 11 a.m. I don't know when it was for you exactly, but it's still the full moon time, still that energy. And anytime there's a full moon, there's a little bit more energy going on, right? We see it. Emergency rooms have peaks and whatnot. Oh, I just realized that I should oh, yeah, you can hear me. Good. Sometimes I talk for a long time before realizing if people can hear me or not. But emergency rooms, seem to have peaks in admittance. Crazy shit cops seem to say that there's a lot more like activity or violence on full moons. Supposedly these things are happening, right? And supposedly we have a higher heightened state of emotion. We can have higher tides. So it seems like a lot is affected in that. Whenever there's a lot of energy going on, we can be affected by it. It doesn't even have to be the moon. It could just be that people are, I don't know, freaking out about an election. That could also be something that's going on. So, whenever that's happening, I seem to be called to do a meditation to help us remember that we have this inner stillness, this eye within the storm, you might say. And Cheney was telling me this cool story this morning. Um, I won't share all of it. I'll share the part that is a truth about the world she shared with me. And that is that there is this phenomenon where, if you may remember when she was on Sunday, we were talking about this dream I had with storms and birds and whatever. And she was talking about this morning, this phenomenon where birds of all different kinds that would never end up together often end up together in the eye of a hurricane. And they do it because they can't really fly through the fucking wall of storm that's around them. And they can't really like go where they would normally go. And so all these random birds that would usually be in disparate areas, different directions they're heading, they're all together there in the eye of the storm. And I was like, that's the energy we need today. That's the energy we can tap into today. So that's gonna be part of it. But we're also just gonna do a good basic meditation that we can all just sort of sink into and just give ourselves this rest and this eye within the storm experience, no matter where you are, what you're dealing with, no matter what's going on, no matter if you care about this election or don't, no matter if you care about full moons or don't. All of us can take this rest and this pause. This full moon also is in Aries. I don't actually know what the traditional zodiacal people, astrological people are saying, but that's the true sidereal placement of the moon. And so that energy that seems to come through that placement is all about action orientation. Just go, just do, just be, like, come on, let's go. So we've got a lot of that. When it's full moon, we're really like expansive in that. It's a heightened thing where we may feel driven to action. And that's not always in our best interest to act, but we can act in ways that aren't always outward oriented too. So if there is a wall of storm in front of us, we don't have to go rushing through it. We can act in the center, in the eye. And that's part of what we're going to reaffirm for ourselves too. We can also act in all sorts of ways. And maybe there's not a wall of storm around you. Maybe you can go running. Maybe you can run up to the top of the mountain and scream the joy of the world at everyone, right? You act in your way. But I think a lot of people are feeling this restriction in a lot of different ways in the world, war and the economy and all sorts of stuff. So we're just going to remember that we can act, and a lot of our action can be just with what we actually can control, and that's within. So we're going to work with that too. And so we'll get to it in a minute. I do want to share a few more things with you too. So tonight at 7 p.m. Mountain, 9 p.m. Eastern, we are doing the Day Zero election coverage show. So election coverage special coming at you hot tonight. I'm sure it'll be as hilarious as it always is to hang out with the Day Zero crew. I'm sure it'll be irreverent, and I'm sure it'll be also actually genuinely informative. So that's the best combination you could want, in my opinion. So we're going to be doing that. I hope to see you guys there. This meditation and most of the meditations I do are usually about 10, 15, sometimes 20 minutes. And every once in a while we get in so deep that it's like half an hour. I just go with the flow. I don't pretend to know ahead of time what's going to happen. I just let God guide me in what we all need to feel and tap into. And so that's what it's going to be today. But I do want to just show you a few things. And this first thing I've been wanting to share with you for a while, because I received this in this beautiful assortment in the mail today, or the other day, actually. It just took me a while to pick it up. But I got some of these mugs and some of these ceramic pieces from Leah. This is at leah-who-makes-stuff.square.site. If you want to go there, I think they're very cool Christmas presents. So if you do Christmas, if you give gifts, I just love to find people who make things and that you can use the things and then you can give them to people and they're beautiful and then you're supporting small businesses, you're supporting people who are doing what they love, you're supporting creating more beauty in the world. I get no affiliate commission off of this. I just really love her work. Leah posted something on Facebook. I guess we became friends at some point on Facebook. We really don't know each other. But that's how Facebook goes more and more. The more you speak your truth, the more people just appear. And so we were connected somehow, and she posted some sort of pottery, and I was like, "Holy shit, I want some of that." So I'll just show you one of the mugs I got. It's nice mountain and trees, super cool. Anybody who receives gifts from me in Christmas and watches my show just has no surprises because I do this every year. But whatever. I love this mushroom one. Just the coolest mugs. I love mugs. I love pottery. I love art. I also love there's this candle holder with the holes in it so you can see the flickering light. And that's beautiful as well. So I just wanted to share that. I think they're a fantastic price and they're just super beautiful. I got a mermaid one. This one is, ooh, look at this one. Now I'm just shopping. That's so pretty. So leah-who-makes-stuff.square.site is her site. I'm sure if you typed in Leah who makes stuff, you might find it. I don't know. Google's a bitch, but who knows? So there's one option. I also told you about my Shooting Rainbows friend, Lindsay, who makes amazing, beautiful stuff. You could just get anything. All of it's small, handcrafted. It's essential oils. It's all natural. It's organic. It's beautiful. But she also if you just wanted to get some of these items, she's got foot scrubs. She's got this lotion that I love that you will love too. All the sprays are divine. They smell amazing. The Pulse Point perfumes are so cool. She's got gems and crystals. And if you also go into the shop, you will find gift sets. And this is what I love. This is what I'm getting this year for people as well. So I'll just say it again since this is an impromptu Christmas show off gifts, etc. So she's got all kinds. She's got smudge sets. She's got foot soak sets. They come with socks. There's men's. There's women's. They're super fun. They're all stuff that she makes herself, except the socks, obviously. But super fun gift sets. Very affordable and really cool. I just love things you'll use also that people will use. So I guess I will also remind you that you can go to rogueways.org. And in the shop, you will also find great gifts. Maybe you want to buy somebody some orgone, some crystals, a blessed light medicine bag, a book with their inscription. Just put in the notes who it's for, and I will channel the message for them. And any of these things make good gifts. I also have some bottles, water bottles left. Lots of orgone. I've got a couple of the Lotus Votives. I've got 3 Rainbow Warriors. Lots of pendants. There's also the meditation forests and trees. You could go to Johnny's site and grab some of his stuff also. Just all kinds of good stuff. So just think about, I like to push my ideology, which is to support small local. No, not local, just small. I mean, local is even better. If you know people around you, that's even cooler. I also want to point out, because I'm not doing the meditation memberships. Maybe I will again someday, but we were meditating twice a week for a really long time. And I just have so many of these collected already that I just put them into this guided meditation and resource library. This is on rogueways.thinkific.com. So if you like this meditation or any of the others that I've done over the years, then you can, or if you've enjoyed the ones that you did in the meditation membership, the monthly membership, then you can come get very similarly flavored things here. And that way you have them forever, which is also nice. So rogueways.thinkific.com is where I have my classes that I teach and my shamanic journeying that I lead, and different things like that are here for you to do at the right time for you at your own pace. But the guided meditation and resource library has, I want to say it's actually 28 different meditations. Some of them are, I don't think any of them honestly is less than like 20 minutes, and some of them are like 30. So they're really nice. You get to settle in really deep, and they're all different. So they all have very different energies and purposes and what's being manifested and what's being created. It's a fantastic value there. If you were going to do a month's membership, you usually end up getting about 8. And this is many, many, many more than that. So it's a steal, the guided meditation resource library. And I do intend to add more and more things to it over time, as well as more classes over time. So that's just the stuff I wanted to share with y'all while people were filing in and getting ready. We've got a pretty good crew here. This might be not everyone shows up for meditations. Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but I feel very blessed to be able to meditate with people because it's not only not something everyone's into, it's not something everyone feels comfortable with. It's also it takes work, takes time. You could be off playing video games or having a beer or doing whatever the fuck else you wanna do and not meditating, so I, appreciate how many of you are here, nice job. And so we're just going to jump into it. Thank you all. Oh, someone's asking for the link. Yeah, let me grab those for you. Very good. Very good call there. So here's the Leah Who Makes Stuff site. I put it in YouTube and Rockfin for any of y'all. Just, keep it in a tab. Go check it out when you're ready. I'm going to also give you the Shooting Rainbows link. This is specifically the gift sets link, but you can get any of her stuff if you want. You could also get people any of these classes on Thinkific. You can also get them anything from Rogueways, but you can also get them a one-on-one session with me. I just would ask that you really make sure that's what they want. Like, some people are like, oh, they've been talking about it, they've been wanting to do it, and I got them this. Like, that's good. If they haven't asked for it specifically, it's not always the best. They don't always really want it. And then you can't force a session on someone, It's kind of like anything else. You got to want to. All right, let's do the meditation. So I'll just invite you. I'm not going to have anything on the screen for you to visualize or anything. So you can just feel comfortable in closing your eyes. I'm closing my eyes in front of a bunch of people. You're doing it just by yourself, right? So you have the advantage here. I'm going to close my eyes. You can do anything with your hands you want to. We have this idea in our head sometimes, like we have to like hold them in a certain mudra or, do something. You can do that. That's rad. And you don't have to. Mine, I'm just going to sit them on my thighs. That's where they're comfortable. It's where my shoulders are going to be comfortable. I don't want to be hunched in any way. So I don't want to like put them somewhere. It's going to strain me. You do want to be comfortable. And some people honestly like lay back, lay down, and you can do that. A lot of other people really want to be sort of attentive and in the moment, right? And it really keeps their kind of focus in what they're doing. And so you might want to sit up straight, have your spine free. And that's what I usually like as well. But it's just up to you. The only thing I would say is if you are laying down or if you are sitting with your feet on the ground or if you are sitting cross-legged, is okay. But if you're not sitting cross-legged, let's just leave our legs uncrossed, our feet uncrossed. So if you're laying down, don't cross your legs. If you're sitting like I am with my feet on the ground, then don't cross your legs either. It just helps the energy flow. It helps your body be more at ease and relaxed. And you know your body best. If you need a pillow somewhere, support somewhere so you're not straining, do that. And just take a deep breath in and blow out with some amount of force. We're just going to do this a few times for clearing. You can breathe in through your nose if your sinuses are clear. Fill your lungs all the way down into your belly and then blow out. Breathing in deeply, and you go at your pace, at your pattern. Blowing out. You don't have to match me. And when you're ready, you can begin to, instead of blowing out the extra energy, extra tension, when you feel just kind of nice and balanced, you can just start breathing out through your nostrils if they're open as well. You're already relaxing, already sinking into it. You can also place your tongue tip at the sort of roof of your mouth in the front. It's not straining, it's just kind of above the front teeth. It's just a nice point of connection. If it's not comfortable or if it's distracting for you, just let it go. It's a little better than just leaving your tongue bleh, untensed, relaxed. That can sort of lead you into maybe more rest than you're here for. Maybe you want to stay more present. So you just keep your tongue poised there. It's a nice acupuncture point. You're just self healing already. I just am kind of wiggling my spine for a second. I'm just kind of loosening it up, just making sure my whole body is free of tension. So I might wiggle my shoulders a little, my arms, my fingers, my legs and knees, my ankles, my feet, my head. And found some more tension when I was doing that. So I'm just going to take another big breath in and blow out just to release that. And we're going to go back to just breathing in and out through the nose. When we breathe in, we bring it deep into our belly. So our lungs fill completely, our Buddha belly bulges out before we release fully outward. Breathing in deep into that belly. Breathing out. When we breathe out, we don't need to push anymore. We're just releasing easily. We're just allowing all the air to leave by making sure our belly comes back in towards our spine. So we get a nice full breath in and a nice full breath out. And your breath will start to lengthen, will slow. You'll just find longer pauses in between the in breath and the out breath. You don't have to try to do that, it will just happen. You'll just notice it. And if at any time you drift away or your mind is somewhere else and you need to come back, you can just come right back to this breath. Deep into the belly and out. We're going to also do some grounding. We're going to keep breathing deeply, keep releasing fully, and just start to ground even more fully. And we'll start at the crown. You can picture this as your chakras inside of you, as this chain of lights, as a system or channel of energies that goes from your crown to your root. You can just kind of go with that area of your body, whatever is best for you. And at the crown, we're just going to see and know and feel in whatever way works for you. That as we continue to breathe deeply, we release from that area whatever doesn't belong, whatever is not good, true, and beautiful, whatever is ready to let go. We're just going to release it. You don't have to worry about how or what it looks like. Maybe it's some smoke or some speckles just kind of falling away from that area and down that central channel. And maybe you don't see it, but you just know and you just feel it. Just gather that. Just let it release down. And now in your third eye in the center of your head, we'll do the same. With deep breaths, Let it fall away. Whatever's ready to go, whatever doesn't belong. Down into our throat. We'll gather and release whatever's ready to go, whatever doesn't belong. With gratitude and love, we bring it down to our heart, letting go, releasing whatever's ready to go, whatever doesn't belong. With deep breaths, we continue down to our solar plexus, right above the belly button, gathering what doesn't belong, releasing what's ready to go. Down into our sacral below the belly button, releasing, letting it go. Down into our root, releasing, letting it go. And as though there is a tube from our root to the center of the earth, can be a pipe, can be a channel of any material, crystal, wood, roots, yarn, anything you want. You're going to release all of that gathered energy down into the earth. Easily it goes. Deep breaths of release. Gratitude that this can be released. Thank you to the earth who can receive anything and turn it back to where it actually belongs, which is not within us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Earth. Love you, love you, love you. The Earth loves you so much, designed or at least existing perfectly as though made for you. All that love for you, the highest truth, the highest goodness, only what is safe and beautiful for you of that love will come back up from the earth. This is separate from what you let go. This is just the earth's love for you. Any color you see it as is fine. If you don't see it, you just feel it and know that you accept this love, pure love, in through that tube, through that connection, up through those roots or that pipe or whatever it is for you, into your root, into the seat of your abdomen, filling you with love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Up into your sacral, below your belly button, filling you with love, warmth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Up into your solar. Deep breaths of love and gratitude. Bring that up into your heart, filling your heart up into your throat, filling your throat up into your third eye, center of your head. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Up until your crown and all throughout your field. Just pure, grounded love. Take a deep breath and feel how loved you are, how you've always been provided for by the earth, all its fruits, all its produce, all of its beautiful energy and wellness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. Just breathe into knowing that whatever is extra or too much, or that you just send it right back down to the earth in gratitude and just know you're grounded and loved. Then we reach up in our consciousness, past our crown, into heaven. And we feel the love of God, of Source, of the ultimate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. However you see it, however you feel it, however you know it is beautiful for you, whatever is good and true and beautiful is safe for you to accept that love. You can imagine it coming right down from heaven into your crown. Beautiful light into your third eye. Beautiful blessing into your throat. Beautiful blessing into your heart. Powerful opening into your solar, above your belly button, into your sacral, below the belly button, bursting with light all the way down to your root, and filling your field, everything around you. Take a deep breath and just know how loved you are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you. Deep breaths of love, deep breaths of presence, and accepting that love. And just sit in your heart. Just feel that love. Just feel how you're a child of God, created and loved by Source, that you are supported in every way by the earth around you, that you are halfway between heaven and earth, and that your heart is right in the middle. Feel how powerful that is, how true that is, how loved you are, and how all action comes from this place. All direction comes from this place. Your truest guidance comes from this place. And that all you need do in your entire life, the whole world, is stay centered in this place. This is the eye of the storm. And there is nothing that can get through to this place. Breathe deep in that promise. Breathe deep in that trust. And look deeper and see any of the fears, any of what feels like chaos to you, any of the commotion and the heightened energy around. Just begin to release that back to the storm where it belongs outside of you. That is not yours. It is not you. You are this center. You are this love. You might see Powerball, all that money, all that desire. Just throw it out into the storm, knowing you'll receive anything you need in abundance, always, straight from this connection, straight from who and what you really are in the center, in the eye of the storm. Breathe deep to release that back to where it belongs. Maybe you feel the fear of war, the marching and the bombs and the death. Throw it out into the storm. That is not yours. You are love, you are calm, you are centered. And that war could rage all around you, and you would carry this connection instead. You would be the eye of the storm, calm and loved always. Deep breaths into that stability. Maybe there's a financial crash coming. The food won't be on the shelves. There's so much unsure future chaos. Throw that out into the storm. That is not you. It is not yours. That was a storm created to rage, and you are the center. You are calm and loved. Rooted between heaven and earth, breathe deep into your centered stillness. Maybe there's an election. It's scary, and there's Democrats and Republicans, and who will win and who will cheat and what will happen. Breathe deep and throw that out into the storm is not yours. You can't control it, and it doesn't matter. Only that you hold your truth matters. Only that you know your place as the center matters. Breathe deep into that truth, to that trust, and into that release. Other parts of your life, there's bills, there's jobs, there's needs, there's responsibilities. They matter. And you can't control everything. Throw the need or the fear of no control out into the storm. Watch it zip away as you remain here in the center. Calm and unmoved, guided and loved, secure and safe. Always. This is action. This is your movement forward. It is more effective than any other way. Breathe deep into that truth. Release anything else that needs to go out into the storm of the uncontrollable. Breathe as the center, and then start to notice that storm is passing, as they always do. You stayed in the center. You're the eye. It was beautiful all along, and now so is everything else around you. Everything you need is here. All that love still fills your heart. And you can feel the gratitude that you have for that truth. You can give love to heaven, love and gratitude, love to the earth, love and gratitude, love to yourself for remembering who you are and creating that in this space. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. Now we'll just start to come back. You can take a few more deep breaths, and remember, you take this with you when you go from here, and you can return anytime you want. You can open your eyes if you haven't already. I hope you could hear me that whole time. I sometimes get quiet and I sometimes turn in weird directions because I'm not really here, even though I am here on camera and live streaming, but I'm somewhere else entirely. So I hope that was okay in that sense. I hope you got deep. I hope you got still. I hope you found what you wanted. I hope you created whatever you needed. I hope you released whatever you needed. Thank you all for being here. Remember to check out those places if you're looking for Christmas shopping. I'm allowed to talk about it now because it's after Halloween. I know before Halloween I mentioned it and it was a sin, but now we're moving closer. I've become the person who wants all my shopping done before Thanksgiving, and by shopping I mean shopping with people who are creative and are small business oriented. I'm glad it was amazing for many of you. I'm glad you received so much from this. I do invite you, if you want to, do that guided meditation resource library on Thinkific, rogueways.thinkific.com. It is just like that. It's often more. Sometimes with the full moon, we actually do work with the full moon itself. You know, using that energy again. It's a powerful energy, so we can use it to just tap into it. And this one just felt more to me like, let's release instead. Some full moons, I get the feeling like that's not actually what we want inside of us, and whatever. I'm not telling you what you should feel or think or do. I'm just saying that's what I was guided to do. So I'm glad we released some of this. And sometimes I think when we're doing that, or when I'm guided to do that, at least, it's because those psychopath class predators have used some of this energy for certain things, and I'm like, instead of tapping into that and grow, you know what I mean, let's just sort of reverse that. Let's release some of that energy they've built up, and are trying to guide in certain directions, and let's do our own thing instead. There's nothing more Aries than that. Right? So, I'm glad that we were able to do that too. So come back in a few hours, in 2.25 hours, we will have the election live stream with Day Zero's crew here on the same channel, same place. Much love to you all. Thank you so much for the tip. Support what you love. If you enjoyed this, find a way to give back. And otherwise, I will see you guys next time, or tonight at 7 Mountain. All right. Much love to you all.